Moments passed like hours as the connection between worlds grew stronger. The apparitions began to fade one by one, disappearing into thin air. Their voices whispered final words of gratitude and relief, acknowledgement that they had been heard and understood. The torches extinguished themselves, plunging the chamber into darkness once more. Only Olivia's paintings remained, glowing softly in the dim light that filtered through from above. In that moment, Alex understood that his journey was not just about uncovering historical facts or proving skeptics wrong. It was about compassion for those affected by Ramin's curse and for the power of belief itself. With newfound reverence for the supernatural forces at play, Alex, Emma, and Olivia stood together in that ancient chamber, bound by their shared mission to bring peace to the forgotten souls of Darkest Hollow. As they prepared to leave the catacombs and ascend back into the realm of the living, each step carried a weight that only those who had experienced such darkness could comprehend. The secrets they had unearthed had forged deeper connections among them, a bond built on shared pain, determination, and the unyielding pursuit of truth. Little did they know that their journey into Ramin's cursed past was far from over. With each revelation came new mysteries, ones that would push them further into the depths of despair and ultimately reveal the true nature of darkness lurking within Gloucestershire's history. The air within the catacombs seemed to grow thicker as Alex, Emma, and Olivia made their way through the dimly lit tunnels. The flickering glow of their flashlights cast eerie shadows on the damp stone walls, highlighting the ancient symbols and markings etched into the surface. As they ventured deeper into the belly of Ramin, a sense of unease settled over them. The whispers that had accompanied them now grew louder, echoing through the labyrinthine passages. It felt as if unseen eyes were watching their every move, waiting for a moment of vulnerability to strike. Alex's heart pounded in his chest as he followed the dim beam of light cutting through the darkness. His rational mind struggled to make sense of the paranormal forces at play, but he knew there was no turning back. The truth awaited them somewhere within these forgotten catacombs. Emma's senses were heightened, her psychic abilities acutely attuned to the spiritual energies surrounding them. She could feel the turmoil and pain that pervaded this place, intertwining with her own emotions. Every step forward brought her closer to understanding the depths of suffering endured within Ramin's cursed walls. Olivia moved with caution, her eyes darting from symbol to symbol, searching for any clue that would reveal Ramin's darkest secrets. Her hands trembled slightly as she touched the cold stones, feeling a connection that went beyond mere curiosity, a bond shaped by personal experiences and a shared determination to bring light to the shadows. Suddenly, a chilling gust of wind swept through the tunnel, extinguishing their flashlights and plunging them into complete darkness. Panic gripped their hearts as they fumbled for their backup light sources, desperate to regain their bearings. As their eyes adjusted to the faint glow of emergency flares, they realized they were not alone in the suffocating blackness. Wisps of ethereal light danced in front of them, ghostly apparitions taking shape in the hazy darkness. Whispers filled the air, disembodied voices pleading for release from their torment. Emma's psychic senses tingled with intensity as she reached out to communicate with these restless spirits. Despite their anguish, she sensed a glimmer of hope, a belief that someone had finally come to free them from their eternal prison. As Alex's skepticism wavered in the face of this supernatural encounter, he felt a surge of compassion for these trapped souls. They had been victims of an ancient curse, fated to wander these tunnels for all eternity. Olivia's voice quivered with emotion as she spoke to the spirits, her words carrying a promise of redemption and liberation. She invoked memories of loved ones left behind, memories laced with love and longing. It was as if her words became a lifeline for these wayward souls, guiding them towards closure and peace. The apparitions began to disperse one by one, their ethereal forms fading into nothingness. The catacombs grew still once more, save for the echoes of whispered gratitude that lingered in the air, an acknowledgement that their suffering had not been in vain. In that moment, Alex, Emma, and Olivia stood together amidst these ancient tunnels, a triumphant testament to their resilience and belief in something greater than themselves. Their journey had brought them face to face with darkness, but it also revealed the resilience of the human spirit when faced with adversity. As they continued their exploration through the catacombs, they couldn't help but feel a renewed sense of purpose. The mysteries that lay hidden within Ramin were terrifying and alluring in equal measure. With each step forward came the realization that they were inching closer to breaking the curse that had plagued this place for centuries. And so they pressed on, guided by an unwavering determination to unveil Ramin's haunted secrets, to free both the forgotten souls trapped within its walls and themselves from the darkness that threatened to consume them all. The study was cloaked in shadows as Alex, Emma, and Olivia gathered around a round wooden table. Moonlight streamed through a crack in the heavy curtains, casting an ethereal glow on their faces. Tension hung palpably in the air, each of them silently contemplating their next move. Alex furrowed his brow, skepticism etching deep lines across his forehead. He leaned back in his chair, his arms crossed defensively over his chest. "We've hit a dead end," he said, his voice laced with frustration. "Every lead we've followed has led us deeper into darkness." Emma narrowed her eyes, her gaze unwavering despite the dim light. "But we can't give up now," she countered, determination evident in every word. "There's a deeper truth here, a truth that demands to be uncovered." Olivia sat quietly, her fingers tracing invisible patterns on the table's worn surface. The weight of her connections to Ramin seemed to hang heavily upon her shoulders. Her voice, when she finally spoke, was as fragile as porcelain. "Perhaps it's time we put aside our differences and embrace each other's strengths," she suggested softly. "Only by working together can we truly unravel its cursed past." Alex sighed, realizing the truth in Olivia's words. The world of skepticism he had inhabited for so long suddenly felt small and limiting. He leaned forward, meeting Emma and Olivia's gaze one by one. "You're right," he conceded with a hint of vulnerability. "I may not fully believe in the supernatural, but I trust your experiences, and I trust that there is more to this than meets the eye." Emma offered him a reassuring smile, her green eyes alight with gratitude. "We're all searching for answers within Ramin's haunted halls," she said. "By combining our knowledge and perspectives, we stand a chance at uncovering the truth that eludes us." Olivia nodded in agreement, her features softened by a renewed sense of hope. "Let's set aside our doubts and focus on what lies ahead," she said. Ramin has a way of testing even the strongest of beliefs. As they continued their discussion late into the night, ideas flowed freely, theories dissected and challenged, possibilities explored from every angle. No longer adversaries bound by rigid convictions, they became allies navigating treacherous waters together. In that study bathed in moonlight and shared purpose, they formed a pact, an unspoken promise to support each other through the darkest reaches of Ramin's cursed legacy. With their combined strengths and unique perspectives, they were ready to confront the perils that awaited them, the secrets that lay just beyond the veil of shadows. Little did they know that their alliance would be tested in ways unimaginable, that each step forward would bring them closer to the heart of darkness and force them to confront their deepest fears. Yet, united in purpose and driven by a shared desire for truth, they had a chance to break the curse that loomed over Ramin, a chance to free both the living and the dead from the clutches of despair. As they left the study, determination etched into their expressions. They knew that their journey was just beginning, a journey into the depths of horror and redemption that would forever change their lives and challenge everything they thought they knew. Together, guided by newfound unity and an unwavering belief in each other's abilities, they embarked on another chapter of their investigation, a chapter that promised both triumph and despair as they unraveled the mysteries that lay shrouded within Gloucestershire's history. The air within Ramin grew heavy with the weight of forgotten memories as Alex, Emma, and Olivia explored its decaying halls. Flickering candlelight cast eerie shadows on the tattered wallpaper, dancing like phantoms in the dim light. Every step echoed through the empty corridors, a haunting reminder that they were not alone. Whispers seemed to follow them, carried by unseen forces that toyed with their senses. Emma shivered despite the layers of clothing she wore, her psychic abilities heightened by the supernatural energy permeating the manor. She reached out tentatively, her fingertips grazing the crumbling walls, searching for any trace of residual emotions left behind by those who had suffered within these very walls. Alex followed closely behind Emma, his skepticism waning as each flicker of movement caught his attention. The rational part of his mind struggled to make sense of the inexplicable phenomena unfolding around him, but deep down, he knew that there was truth hidden within these haunted halls, truth that defied logical explanations. Olivia trailed behind them, her gaze fixed on the intricate details of the faded wallpaper. In her eyes, Ramming was more than just a dilapidated estate. It was a place of profound pain and unspoken stories longing to be told. Her connection to this place ran deeper than mere curiosity. It was a connection forged by ancestral ties and personal tragedy. As they ventured further into the manor's depths, eerie remnants of a forgotten past came into view. Tattered portraits hanging crookedly on cracked walls and broken relics strewn across dusty tabletops. Each artifact whispered tales of despair and loss, a testament to the curse that had plagued Ramin for centuries. A door creaked open in the distance, drawing their attention to a room veiled in darkness. The flickering candle held by Emma cast an eerie glow upon the threshold, revealing fragments of a forgotten sanctuary, a once gilded space, now marred by decay. They stepped inside cautiously, their breath catching at the sight before them. Moonlight filtered through stained glass windows, casting ethereal hues upon shattered murals, depicting scenes from long ago. Images of joy turned into grotesque reflections of suffering and chaos. Emma's psychic senses tingled with intensity as she absorbed the residual energy pulsating within the room. Whispers danced on every surface, ghostly voices murmuring secrets lost to time. It was as if the very walls yearned to impart their haunting tales. Olivia moved hesitantly toward an ornate, wooden chest nestled in a corner, the artifact seemingly untouched by time's cruel grasp. She ran her fingers along its weathered surface before opening it with trepidation. Inside lay a collection of tarnished trinkets, a melancholic reminder of lives cut short and dreams left unfulfilled. With each passing moment, their connection to Ramin deepened, an understanding that its history was inextricably entwined with their own destinies. As they stood in that forgotten chamber, shadows embracing their presence, they realized that only by unraveling its cursed past could they hope to find redemption and break free from the darkness that threatened to consume them all. Little did they know that Ramin's secrets held even darker truths, ones that would test their resolve and force them into harrowing confrontations with ancient evils lurking just beyond their line of sight. With their hearts heavy, but determination burning bright within them, Alex, Emma, and Olivia pressed on, an unwavering alliance against forces far greater than themselves. They vowed to bring light to the depths of Ramin, to uncover its darkest secrets, and restore peace to those whose spirits still lingered within its decaying walls. The air inside Ramin grew eerily still as Alex, Emma, and Olivia ventured deeper into its decaying halls. Shadows danced across their faces, illuminated only by the dim glow of their flashlights. Each step echoed through the silent corridors, creating an eerie symphony of sound. As they moved cautiously through the darkness, a sense of foreboding settled over them. The manor seemed to take on a life of its own, an entity that watched their every move with malevolent intent. A sudden gust of wind swept through the corridor, extinguishing their flashlights and plunging them into total darkness. Panic gripped their hearts as they fumbled for their backup light sources, desperately trying to regain their sight. Emma's heart pounded in her chest as she strained to listen for any signs of danger. In the pitch-black environment, her psychic senses were heightened, allowing her to detect subtle shifts in energy. She reached out tentatively, seeking guidance from the spirits that lingered in these haunted halls. Alex's rational mind struggled to comprehend the supernatural forces at play. The darkness pressed in around him, suffocating his thoughts. He fought against his doubts and fears, determined to push forward, despite the overwhelming uncertainty. Olivia's hands trembled as she clung to a small vial of holy water, a symbol of protection against the unknown. Her connection to Ramin's cursed past weighed heavily upon her, fueling both her resolve and her trepidation. She silently prayed for strength and guidance as they navigated the treacherous maze. Unexpected sounds echoed through the darkness, the soft creaking of floorboards, whispered voices carried by unseen currents of air. Goosebumps prickled their skin as they held their breath, listening intently for any sign of what lay ahead. Suddenly, a flickering light appeared in the distance, a beacon leading them toward an obscure chamber. Their curiosity mingled with caution as they cautiously approached, uncertain of what awaited them within. The room seemed frozen in time, its walls adorned with faded tapestries and cracked mirrors, reflecting fragmented images. The air crackled with an unsettling energy, a palpable reminder that they had entered a realm where reality and nightmare intertwined. As their eyes adjusted to the dim illumination provided by moonlight seeping through a broken window, shapes began to materialize, distorted figures emerging from the darkness. Dread washed over them as they realized they were not alone. Emma's psychic senses surged forward, detecting waves of despair and anger emanating from the apparitions before them. She could sense their pain, the echoes of lives cut short and souls trapped in an eternal struggle. Alex's skepticism wavered as he witnessed the ethereal forms hovering before him. Fear and fascination warred within him as he questioned the meaning behind their presence. Were they remnants of tortured souls or figments of his imagination? Olivia stepped forward, her voice trembling but filled with determination. "We mean you no harm," she called out softly to the spirits. "We seek only to understand your suffering and find a way to bring peace." The apparitions shifted uneasily, their distorted forms seemingly drawn closer by Olivia's words. Whispers floated through the air, a chorus of pain and longing that tugged at Emma's heartstrings. With each passing moment, a connection formed between the living and the dead. The barriers between realms grew thin, empathy and compassion united them in shared sorrow. Emma reached out, her hand hovering just inches from one ethereal figure's misty form. It trembled beneath her touch, a delicate interaction that conveyed both solace and hope. Tears welled in Olivia's eyes as she witnessed this exchange, the reconciliation between two worlds forever altered by tragedy. A glimmer of redemption shone through the gloom, a reminder that healing was possible even in the darkest of places. As silence settled over the room once more, Alex, Emma, and Olivia felt a profound shift within themselves. They were bound together by this encounter, an unbreakable bond forged by shared experiences and the common quest for truth and salvation. In that moment of unity amid darkness, they vowed to press forward, to face whatever horrors awaited them within Ramin's cursed embrace. With newfound strength and resilience, they embarked on a harrowing journey, one that would test their resolve, challenge their beliefs, and reveal the true nature of Gloucestershire's haunting secrets. Little did they know that their alliance would be further tested by dangers far greater than they could ever imagine. As they delved deeper into Ramin's tormented past, the flickering candlelight cast eerie, dancing shadows on the decaying walls of the cavern beneath Ramin. Alex, Emma, and Olivia stood at the entrance, their hearts racing with a mix of trepidation and determination. The air was heavy with an otherworldly energy as they prepared to confront the ancient evil that had plagued this cursed estate for centuries. As they descended deeper into the labyrinthine tunnels, the passageways grew narrower, creating a suffocating sense of claustrophobia. The sound of dripping water echoed through the darkness, heightening their senses and casting an ominous undertone. The cool, damp air clung to their skin as they pressed forward, their flashlights illuminating sporadic symbols etched into the rough stone walls. The ancient markings hinted at forgotten rituals, dark acts carried out in this very place long ago. Uncertainty gnawed at Alex's mind as he ventured further into the abyss. Skepticism battled against his intuition, but the weight of evidence and personal experiences nudged him closer to accepting the existence of the supernatural. He clenched his fists, steeling himself for what lay ahead. Emma's psychic abilities heightened as they delved deeper into the cavern, a connection to unseen forces that both terrified and intrigued her. She could feel a presence watching them, an ancient malevolence lurking just beyond their limited field of vision. Her instincts whispered warnings of danger, but she pushed forward, determined to face the darkness head-on. Olivia's breathing grew shallow as she took in the oppressive atmosphere, the weight of her ancestral ties to this cursed manor pressing heavily upon her shoulders. She tightly clutched her paintbrush, a symbol of her cathartic connection to the tormented souls whose pain she sought to capture on canvas. Her eyes glinted with a mix of fear and resolve as they reached a cavernous chamber bathed in darkness. Their flashlights revealed twisted murals adorning the cracked walls, grotesque depictions of suffering and chaos. The imagery sent chills down their spines, reminding them of the immense power this ancient evil held. A shiver ran through Alex as he approached the center of the chamber, the very heart of this darkness. He sensed a palpable malevolence radiating from its depths, an intangible force that hungered for fear and despair. He glanced at Emma and Olivia, their determined expressions reflecting his own apprehension. With hands trembling and breath hitched in their throats, they confronted the ancient evil, an entity that defied human comprehension. Its form shifted before their eyes, twisted and grotesque, a manifestation of pure malevolence. Emma's senses tingled with intensity as she tapped into her psychic abilities, seeking guidance from spirits who lingered between realms. Their whispers echoed through her mind, a chorus of voices longing for release from this eternal torment. Olivia's brush wavered, but remained steady as she summoned her artistry, a vessel through which she channeled both her own pain and the suffering endured within Ramin's haunted halls. Each stroke on her canvas pulsed with energy, a conduit for redemption. Alex locked eyes with the ancient evil, a defiance burning bright within him. While skepticism still lingered in his mind, he found solace in the unity forged between him, Emma, and Olivia, an unwavering alliance born from shared trials and shared purpose. A battle ensued, light against darkness, in a clash that transcended mere physicality. The atmosphere crackled with invisible forces, a cacophony of psychic energy and spectral echoes harmonizing into a symphony of resistance. In that moment of fierce confrontation, doubt evaporated from Alex's mind like mist under a burning sun. His faith in friendship, belief in something greater than himself, fortified his resolve to face this unimaginable evil. Slowly but surely, Emma's psychic shield pushed back against the oppressive malevolence, an invisible force field, protecting them from its insidious influence. Her mind became a sanctuary, a refuge for hope amidst despair. Olivia's paintings came alive in mesmerizing brilliance, golden light emanating from each brushstroke, the embodiment of resilience and redemption in the face of darkness. These visual representations of pain transformed into beacons of transformation, an ode to those who had suffered and struggled within these walls. As their collective defiance grew stronger, cracks appeared in the ancient evil's facade, an indomitable spirit shining through the darkness. Their unity sent ripples through its corrupted essence, its power waning against their unwavering belief. And so they fought, a triumphant trio standing against an unimaginable force, until finally, with a final surge of strength, they forced back the ancient evil. A cry reverberated through Ramin, whether in rage or despair, they couldn't discern, but it was a sound filled with defeat. As silence settled over the chamber, the oppressive weight lifting from their shoulders, they stood together triumphant, unified against an unspeakable force. They knew that this battle was only one battle, one chapter in their journey to restore peace to those affected by Ramin's curse. With newfound confidence and renewed purpose, they stepped away from the defeated antagonist, knowing that the stale air inside the tunnel hung heavy with an unseen darkness. Eleanor's tired eyes scanned the decaying walls, searching for clues to the dark truth that lay hidden within. Each step forward brought them closer to the heart of the haunting. closer to confronting the malevolent spirits that guarded their secrets. Teddy's usually boisterous enthusiasm was subdued as he observed their surroundings with a mix of trepidation and fascination. His tousled blonde hair fell into his eyes, obscuring the usual mischievous twinkle. As he navigated the eerie shadows, his intuition guided him, reminding him of the importance of remaining vigilant and open to what awaited them. Dr. Sullivan adjusted his glasses, his skeptical gaze sharpened by newfound determination. He studied every inch of the tunnel, his analytical mind piecing together fragments of evidence. Doubts lingered in the back of his mind, but he pushed forward, acknowledging that the supernatural had intertwined itself with their reality. Grace stood at the center of their group, a beacon of tranquility amidst the encroaching darkness. Her short curly hair framed her face, her bright eyes reflecting both serenity and a fierce inner strength. She drew upon her spiritual connection, allowing unseen forces to guide her steps, sensing their presence in the shadows. Whispers echoed through the tunnel, growing louder as if responding to the investigators' growing proximity to the truth. The anguished cries reverberated off the damp walls, intertwining with each other as they pleaded for release. Eleanor's empathetic nature resonated with their pain, and she felt an overwhelming urge to offer solace and understanding. As they ventured deeper into the cursed tunnel, Eleanor's senses heightened. Each step became an act of courage, as if she were willingly immersing herself in the darkness to confront its true nature. She could sense the malice lurking within its depths, but she refused to let fear guide her actions. Teddy's grip on his flashlight tightened as he felt a chill run down his spine, squeezing away any comfort that remained within him. The hairs on the back of his neck stood on end as he realized that they were venturing into unknown territory, a place where reality merged seamlessly with nightmares. Dr. Sullivan's skepticism wavered as evidence mounted before him. The supernatural phenomena grew harder to dismiss with each encounter, forcing him to carefully re-evaluate his rational viewpoint. He couldn't explain everything away with science alone. There were forces at play that defied logical explanation. Grace's spiritual connection deepened within this haunted realm. She could feel unseen energies brush against her skin, tingling with intensity and purpose. Whispers carried secrets only she could decipher, guiding them towards revelations they had yet to comprehend. With each passing moment, their collective resolve strengthened. They moved as one unit, their individual strengths and vulnerabilities forging a bond that was unbreakable. They knew that only together could they confront the shadows and unveil the dark truth that awaited them. As they prepared themselves mentally and emotionally for what lay ahead, a sense of unity settled upon them, a comforting blanket. They were ready to confront the malevolent spirits guarding their secrets, to bring justice to those who had suffered untold horrors, and to shed light on a darkness that had cast its shadow over their lives. The investigators stood at the heart of the abandoned tunnel, their eyes fixed on the source of darkness that loomed before them. Eleanor's hands trembled with a mixture of fear and determination as she stared into the abyss, her pale complexion reflecting a cascade of emotions. Teddy, his usual impulsive nature, tempered by newfound wisdom, met Eleanor's gaze with a reassuring nod. His tousled blonde hair framed a face filled with resilience, his mischievous grin replaced by a serious expression. He understood the weight of the task ahead, prepared to stand by Eleanor's side until the very end. Dr. Sullivan adjusted his glasses one final time, his analytical mind evaluating their odds against the malevolent entity that awaited them. Doubt flickered in his eyes, but he banished it as quickly as it appeared. He had come too far to let skepticism overshadow their collective resolve. Grace radiated an aura of serenity, her spiritual connection reaching its apex. Her short curly hair framed her face, and her bright eyes carried the depth of wisdom gained through their harrowing experiences. She drew upon unseen energies, channeling strength from the forces that guided them all along. As they stepped forward, united in their purpose, a surge of supernatural energy cascaded around them. The air crackled with tension, whispers filled with rage, and despair echoed through the tunnel. The malevolent entity revealed its true form, a terrifying spectre that exuded darkness and malevolence. Eleanor's empathetic nature surged forward as she reached out to touch the spirit's ethereal hand. Waves of emotion washed over her: fear, anguish, but also fragments of forgotten memories. With compassion in her voice, she spoke soothing words that reverberated through time and space. Slowly, the entity began to dissipate, wisps of dark mist drifting away like smoke carried by an invisible wind. Eleanor could sense its anguish and longing for release as it faded from existence. As the darkness receded, a warm light enveloped the tunnel, a beacon of hope that ushered in a new beginning. The haunting presence that had plagued their journey vanished like a distant memory. Eleanor turned to her companions, her tired eyes reflecting pride and gratitude. They had faced unimaginable horrors together and emerged victorious. Each character had grown in their own way. Eleanor embracing her innate sensitivity, Teddy finding courage tempered by caution, Dr. Sullivan expanding his understanding beyond logical confines, and Grace harnessing her spiritual connection to help guide them through darkness. In their shared victory, they realized that this journey had been about more than just uncovering haunted tales or solving mysteries. It was about challenging personal limitations, confronting inner demons, and forging bonds stronger than any supernatural force. With newfound closure and unity, they emerged from the abandoned tunnel into the warm embrace of daylight. As they looked back one final time at the place that had tested their strength and resolve, they felt a rush of triumph course through their veins. Their lives were forever changed by this ordeal, marked by bravery, growth, and an unwavering belief in the power of friendship and compassion. They left the railway of death behind, forever bound by a shared experience that would shape the course of their lives. And so concludes Whispers of the Phantom Tunnel, unraveling the haunting secrets of the Railway of Death, a tale that merges history and paranormal encounters while exploring themes of inner strength and resilience in the face of adversity. Eleanor Vance and her companions have faced unimaginable horrors and emerged victorious through their unwavering determination and unity. Their journey continues beyond these pages, but will forever be etched in their hearts as a testament to human perseverance in the face of darkness. As they bid farewell to each other, promising to cherish the memories forged within these ghostly tunnels, they carry with them a renewed appreciation for life's mysteries and an unyielding belief in the power of compassion to overcome even the most haunting secrets. The story ends with a lingering sense of wonderment and possibility, a reminder that hidden realms exist around every corner, and leaves readers eagerly awaiting their next adventure in realms unknown. Thank you so much for joining me on this cinematic journey. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Have you experienced a spine-chilling horror that left you trembling? Share your terrifying tale with us by emailing nightmarenetwork@hotmail.com, and we'd be thrilled to feature it on our platform. Until next time, happy movie watching.